Sunshine, a giant lake. Look at the backdrop, fantastic. We're in Italy, we're back at Lake Bolsena. What has Lake Bolsena got? Giant carp. Well, I've just come down, Daniele's been fishing overnight with Ricardo, and they've got a fantastic Bolsena carp. Big, long, strong and golden. But let's have a look at this one. This was the scene of where we'll be holding the World Carp Classic this year. And Daniele's wrestling with this fish that he caught in the early hours of the morning at 3 o'clock. But what a stunning fish it is. The reason why we're here is not only is the World Carp Classic taking place here later on in the year, but for the next 3 days we're going to be live streaming a program directly onto the internet and around the world. We've got people that come from America, from Holland, from Hungary, Germany, and we've got some special technology. We've got some underwater cameras that we're going to be putting in the water later, and we're going to be able to see what's going on. We can see the rigs, the type of rigs and the bait, and also hopefully see some of these fantastic Bolsena carp on live stream that we can share with other viewers from around the world. But come with me, let me show you the sort of equipment we've got here. In here, this is our control center. What we've got in here, we've got the actual live streaming unit itself. From here we can control the cameras, the different sound. We can switch in between different cameras and monitors. We've got special devices. We've actually had our own internet station actually built here, which is actually connected up from the pole. We've also got a time-lapse camera which works for 10 days. This will be taking photographs every 10 seconds, and that'll be interesting to see all that come together. This is in the process of being set up at the moment. We've got the carpspot.de. These are the guys that have invented this equipment. Again, this has been custom made for us. We're going to have the cameras in the water and actually watch what's going on there. But as well as that, we're going to be able to link those through to TVs so that the viewers watching the different channels will be able to see exactly what's going on there as well. So that'll be nice and clear. If you look just over to my left-hand side, what we've got here is we've got an exclusive area of beach that's being closed specially for what we're doing. But there are tourists and the beach is packed, and it will be even fuller tomorrow, being Saturday and Sunday. The weather conditions are going to be great, up to 30 degrees, and with the wind that's blowing at the moment, it's fantastic for fishing. It really is. The wind's blowing right in our faces here, so it's excellent. We've got Ron, who's actually come across as well. Ron's over. Ron's actually designed a new app for us, which is going to be used live at the World Carp Classic. So unlike last year, where the results were slow to go up, this year the marshals, immediately a fish is caught, will go along, weigh the fish, photograph it, and then that will then go straight up onto the internet. Yeah, it goes into a status unconfirmed. The signed form goes back to the office. There is a double check with the picture. So at back office they can decide if the fish is allowed or not, and you can see if the fish is allowed or not, and you have a proper leaderboard. Excellent. Well look, there's a fish that's been landed here, so let's go over and have a look at this one. It's incredible, Sandro. Another fish. Good to see even the locals are getting excited. Look, the children and families are coming down onto the beach to see what's happening as well. The bait had only been in the water 5 minutes. 5 minutes and boom, off it went. We're doing the live stream here at Lake Bolsena, and I'm currently with Larissa and Jason. And the rods are about to go back in the water, but I thought it'd be interesting to see the type of rig they're actually using and really the end tackle they've got. Jason and Larissa, can you explain the type of setup you've got here?
Yeah, well, we can explain it because our rods are out of the water because the Italians have been catching fish non-stop, and we've been wanting to use the boat so we can get our rigs out in the water. So I know Jason caught one. We had 2 rods out from last night, and he caught one this morning on the rig that he's got. And right now what we're going to use here is we just have a simple snowman rig with a relish boilie and a matching relish pop-up. And just your normal hair rig, which pretty much, and then we have the tubing on it too. So when it's sitting down and the carp eats it, it's gonna, with the weight and the pressure on it, beautiful, and it's gonna turn nicely with that tubing and make sure to hook onto that carp right away.
Only difference is we're gonna do 2 different styles of fishing. One baited spot around the marker, some particles right on the marker, and we're going to fish a bright top snowman on the particles, and then Larissa's going to fish for bigger fish with dark, bigger bottom baits, and she's going to fish off the baited area, and she wants to just scatter boilies, and she wants to boilie fish.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to particle fish, tight baits, you know, tight areas, bright hook baits, go through the whole repertoire, find out what, you know, what they want for today.
Right.
Yeah.
When she's come a long way.
Yep. I'm going for big fish.
She wants to fish for some big fish. She's made her own decision, and we'll just have to see how it pans out. I've gone for long shank foxes and long shank gamakatsus in size 4s. I've always favoured the gamakatsu long shanks because they're factory chemically sharpened.
We have a sharpener, and that's what we used too before. I know he says they're chemically sharpened, but we like to even sharpen them a little bit extra and make sure they pierce the lip of the carp. And
it's about percentages.
Right.
If you use a balanced bait that's balanced to the rig, maybe 3 or 4% extra in your favour to get a bite. Use the correct hook, sharpen the point, make sure your hook link's the right length for the situation you're fishing in.
Yeah.
Choose the correct lead size, and what you're doing is you're stacking those 3, 4, 5% chunks of the jigsaw puzzle more in your favour of getting an extra bite when no one else does.
Right, well, now you've shown me how it all works. You've got the great gear.
And I've actually forgotten to sharpen mine. These are her rods.
Right.
She's already done hers. She's not sharpened mine, so I best go and do mine.
Right, okay, well, you guys sort that out and then get them back in the water and actually catch some fish.
Okay,
okay. Well, we've had the first morning of live streaming, and there's been a lot of fish being caught. That's kind of thrown us out a bit because that wasn't the initial plan, but hey, we're at Bolsena and big carp are being caught, and that's been great for what we've been doing. But now we're going to get on to the real reason why we're here, the underwater cameras with Sebastian. What is this and what is it going to do now?
This, I think it's a new dimension of carp fishing. So we have an action cam in a new housing and have a spot marker on top who sends the signal from the antenna to the land, and then you can catch it over the receivers and monitors and can look what the fish do on the water.
Great, well let's get them in the water so we can then have a look at them.
Yes,
okay, let's get going.
So I make the marker on the length of 4.5 meters now, and pull in the cable on the marker with the clad band. So it works. Okay. Now we can let it down. So.
Okay, wait. Leave it slowly, yeah?
So.
Ok, fatto.
perfetto, è perfetto,
It's perfect. It's perfect.
That's
absolutely perfect, that's crystal clear, that.
Now we are searching for the right position for the rig, and we'll feed and take the rig on the bottom.
Another one, look at it.
It's not scared of the camera, I know you know.
It's such a tease. It is such a tease. It's even worse because you can see them going around your bait.
Was it here? Yeah, you see it again. Here it is again.
No, that's the tail. Oh, look.
Another one.
It was passing on the camera like this distance, like this. So you only see, I saw his eye in the screen, like this big. And you see it going.
Look.
It's a hippopotamus!
It's a new day. It's day 2 of live streaming here at Lake Bolsena, and we've got the underwater cameras set up. We're 5 minutes before we actually go live, and Ron was sitting here just waiting to get all the equipment up and running, and there was a giant carp right in front of the TV cameras that we've got underwater. Absolutely incredible. So we could see, all he could see is just the eye of the fish and all these scales, and then the carp turned around and went back again, which is great. So really looking forward to today. There's already been fish caught overnight, so the fish are in the area. It's going to be a great opportunity, hopefully, for everybody to have a look at what is going on underneath the water and see what these carp are actually up to. So anyway, day 2, live streaming here at Lake Bolsena. We're live streaming now. There's a fish on. Larissa's out there fighting it, and we've got the underwater cameras in the water. All the technology's now working. So what's going to be great is to see what now happens. See this fish come in, and these waves are behind us. This is normal for Bolsena, and in fact the waves can get bigger. That's why we insist everybody has to wear a life jacket. Very important. You get disqualified from the World Carp Classic if you don't wear life jackets.
It took off. It was screaming. All I heard was it go, and I ran to our rods and I just picked the one that was bent over. It was easy to find which one was going off.
Okay. Very good fish.
Oh yeah.
5, 6 fish, you understand, in Bolsena.
I know, right? It's got some strength. It's got some... Oh, I love that sound. It's got some strength left, and it's got a little bit of fight left. Let me tell you, these are strong. These carp don't mess around in Italy. Oh, good fish. Good fish. Oh, very good fish. Oh, yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I came here for. Flew all the way from the USA.
Yes.
You caught a smaller one earlier on.
Yeah.
Now you caught a bigger one.
A little bit bigger, yeah. I can tell the difference in the fight.
Yeah?
When it hit, when I grabbed the rod, I mean, just bent over so I was like, okay, I know this is a huge fish. I knew it. And then I started reeling, and literally, like, it lost slack, and I was like, oh man, I hope it's still on. And I was like, it must be swimming towards me. I was like, there's something. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not as big as I thought. The fight's not that great. And then when we got in the boat and we got closer, whew. Oh my gosh.
That was it.
Fought and fought and fought, and I had to play with my drag and everything, and but tired her out, and I got her up, and all I saw was just the scales coming up, and I'm like, okay, this is a big fish right here.
This is your baby.
You were like dead on, Jason.
Well, I'm here with Riccardo Battisti, with Daniele and Roberto. Would you like to explain a bit about the tactics you're currently using to catch these great fish?
We are so lucky because we are having a strong wind from this morning till 5 o'clock. We had the first run around the 3 in the night, and it was a fish of 16 kilo that we saw before.
Right.
And we start to have the run till 12 o'clock in the day, but we are taking the fish from 3 meter till 5-6 meter. The fish is moving in all around the area.
Right.
And that's why we are having a lot of fish right now.
And what sort of depth are you fishing at?
Now I'm fishing from 3 meter.
Right.
Till 4.5.
Okay.
Daniel is fishing deeper. With 4 rods, you have to check the deep and the distance, because you don't have a lot of solution.
And the tactics you're using?
We are using a snowman with white boilies.
White boilies?
Yeah, because you can see the contrast. In Bolsena, you have in all the volcanic lake, you have the black sand. So just a snowman and a single pop-up of 16 millimeter.
Right.
And we are having this fish on this kind of baits.
Excellent. So that's it. That's what's doing the job. Well, I look forward to speaking to you a bit later on and seeing some other fish you're going to be landing. Hopefully there'll be more.
Oh, I hope again.
How is the technology changing carp angling over the years? Because 20 years ago it wasn't like that in Italy.
Oh yeah, 20 years ago it was a matter of, find a nice place to cast, chop some boilies, drop some boilies, and waiting for a run and catching a lot of fish. Now it's a little bit harder, and so technology helps a lot. Perhaps this is too much, watching the fish, is something a little bit too high ahead, far ahead. But definitely technology helps carp fishing, and I think will helps all fishing. So carp fishing is a good starting point to develop, new technologies, and bring all the new technologies to all the kind of fishing. So
sure.
I think everyone will take huge benefits from this kind of technology. Why not?
I think that the technology we've got here is to try and understand more about what is going on underneath the water. Yeah. So, because carp fishing isn't easy. It's not straightforward. It's not just casting out and catch a fish and bring that in. But Sandro, you've got rods, fishing rods with your name on now, and made by the great Sandro De Cesare. What does that feel like to have your name on equipment and people going out and aspiring to be like you?
Diciamo che è ancora un progetto.
He signed his range of rods made by Harrison, which is a great label, great company. It's not just to earn money,
sure,
but just to pride. Just 20 years plus years of experience on fishing with different brands, different tackle, to find something which owns Sandro's. Sure. Sandro's style of fishing is on this road.
This year the marshals will have rangefinders, so therefore we'll be able to pinpoint to the nearest centimetre the distance that anglers are fishing out. We've also got night vision as well, so again, from a security point of view, we can see what's going on at night. We'll have a boat with rangefinders and night vision on too. And not so much as a security point of view, but also from a filming and an interest point of view. We've got time-lapse cameras. We're actually going to have and randomly choose anglers that will attach to their rod pods, and these take photographs every 5 seconds,
Wow.
day and night, and they work at night. What are your thoughts about those sorts of things?
Yeah, from my point of view, you have to take this kind of decision to increase the safety and fairness of the competition.
Sure.
You know, putting some different electronics. Honestly, we shouldn't need any kind of control, because
Sure.
we are all carp angler. Yeah, we are winning big prize, of course. It's a good competition, but mainly it's just fishing. But not everyone think it is just, you know, the pleasure of sport fishing. Sometimes someone thinks it's a matter of national pride,
Sure.
or earning money and so on. So I think it's a good steps, and I'm very impressed about, you know, night vision goggles and cameras, all the ranger pinpoint distance measurements. So no more chats, no more words. Everything will be exact. We respect the rules, and means a very fair competition, and the winner will be the real winner. No more words about that.
We've been here at Lake Bolsena for the last 3 days now, and we've been live streaming and bringing a program to the internet and to different people that have been following this from all over the world. It's been fascinating, it really has. There's been new technology that's been used for the first time that has really been interesting for us as the organisers of this to bring these different elements of technology together. We've seen huge underwater images of these carp as they swim past the baits. We've observed what the bait is actually doing underneath the water, and importantly, even when people are actually baiting areas and they've got the markers there, what happens with the undercurrents. Now, none of this we would have actually known or seen had we not had the opportunity of actually having the underwater cameras. But this is the start of a new thing we're going to do. The World Carp Classic, we always strive to do things and be innovative, and as we move forward with what we're doing, this is the next step of what we're aiming to do. We've got many exciting things we've got planned for the future, but I think this past few days has been great to get a team of people with all different levels of knowledge and technology, the angling skills, to come out and perform here. We've had an area, one of the pegs, which Steve Howard fished at last year, and there's nearly 35 carp that have come out, and only 5 or 6 of those have been less than 15 kilos. This is the scene of the World Carp Classic. This is the arena of where it's all going to happen this year in September and the first week in October. And to all of those that you're participating in the event, you're really welcome, and enjoy where you're going to be coming to. It's an amazing place. We've enjoyed being here, and we really can't wait to be back.